Try to imagine for a second a story of creation with no blueprint, no tools, not even a bit of effort. Just a single, instantaneous act of will. That's what we're diving into today, a cosmological account from the 7th century that describes the universe being born not from a big bang, but from something like a divine thought.
Right from the get-go, the text hits us with this incredibly powerful statement. It's all about establishing an absolute beginning. You see those words initiated and originally? They're so important. This isn't about just, reshaping stuff that was already lying around. No, this is about creation from pure nothingness, and that right there sets the stage for an event that completely defies our human understanding of how things get made.
So that brings us to our first big idea, this concept of a creation that has no precedent. The text goes to great lengths to emphasize that this divine act is totally alien to our own idea of creating. It wasn't built or designed or put together in any way we could possibly wrap our heads around.
I mean, just think about how we create things. We need plans, right? We need practice, physical effort, all that mental energy. Well, this text describes the absolute opposite of that. It's creation without a single thought needing to be pondered, without any past experience to draw on, no physical movement, and not even a hint of mental strain. It's just a pure, effortless act of will.
This concept, what we're calling effortless creation, is really the core of this whole narrative. It suggests that divine power isn't just bigger or stronger than ours, it's in a completely different category. It operates outside the rules of time and process and physical work that bind literally everything we know.
Okay, so how does this totally abstract power start to take physical form? Well, this is where the text shifts gears a little, moving from pure philosophy to cosmology, and it introduces us to the two primordial raw materials of the entire universe.
The very first thing to exist is space itself. It's like the narrative carves out this vast, three-dimensional void, an opening of the atmosphere, a splitting of the horizons. It's creating an empty stage for the cosmic drama that is just about to unfold.
And into this void, two elements just appear. A chaotic, cosmic ocean and a wind so powerful it can actually contain it. And we're not talking about a gentle breeze here. The text calls it a violent storm force wind. Its entire job is to be a cosmic container, holding back the immense churning energy of this primordial water.
But here's the thing. That first wind was just a holding pen for all that chaos. Now, a second and fundamentally different wind is introduced. Its purpose isn't to contain. Its purpose is to transform. It is commanded to be a catalyst for some radical, violent change.
And this lays it out perfectly. You see the two winds side by side. On the left, that first wind is a passive container. Its only job is to carry and contain the water. But the second wind, on the right, that's an active catalyst. It's described as sterile and fierce, and its only purpose is to violently churn that raw material into a brand new form of order.
And this is the climax of the whole creation event. That second sterile wind is finally unleashed on the primordial ocean, and we get to see order forged directly from chaos.
The breakdown here is just beautiful. So the wind agitates the water with this insane intensity, like churning a milk skin to make butter. This cosmic churning creates a foam, a lighter substance that rises above the dense water. And it's this foam that gets lifted up and then sculpted into the seven heavens. And the final structure, well, it completely defies our understanding of physics. The heavens are miraculously self-supporting. There are no pillars holding them up, no nails binding them together. They're just held in place purely by the divine will that created them.
So the architecture of the cosmos is now complete. What's the final step? Well, it's time to fill this brand new structure with light, with beauty, and with motion. First, the heavens are decorated. And I love that the text uses the word adorned, right? It implies this conscious act of beautification. The universe is filled with the ornaments of stars and the brilliant flash of piercing meteors.
Next up, the main source of light is introduced, the sun, which is so poetically described as a radiant lamp that's been set in motion to light up the new cosmos.
And of course, to light up the darkness, an illuminating moon is created, and it begins its own celestial journey across the sky.
And so the story closes with this image of perfect, harmonious order. The sun, the moon, the stars, they're not static. They are all moving within a revolving orbit, under a moving ceiling, and they're all part of a rotating firmament. The initial chaos of that ocean has been totally transformed into the perfect clockwork of the cosmos.
So what do we take away from all this? This ancient story speaks of chaos being churned into cosmic foam, and that foam then becomes the heavens. You know, in a way, isn't that a kind of poetic precursor to our modern understanding of things like quantum foam and the cosmic web? The language is obviously worlds apart, but that core idea of a universe being born from primordial chaos into this intricate, beautiful order, that remains a really deep and fascinating parallel. It makes you wonder, are we all just telling the same essential story, just with new words?